Hello and welcome to another episode of Driveway Dudes. Today I'm going to show you how to clean a car on a budget using budget products. So to bring you through the products, I suppose in order of what we're going to use, first of all you want to wash your wheels first. So we've got a free bucket that was out the back, not going to count that. We've got a garden hose, which we already had. In this bucket here, which we're not going to use for the wheels, but we've got a wheel brush that costs €2. Wheel cleaner costs $2.75. Microfiber towel, which we'll use for the bodywork of the car, costs $1.50. The bucket itself from a hardware store was €1. After the wheels, we're going to foam down the car with some snow foam, and we bought this snow foam cannon that connects to your garden hose for $10.99 in a home store. The snow foam that I've already pre-mixed in this in a 1:4 ratio costs €1.50 for a litre bottle. And when we're actually washing the car, we have a second bucket. This can either be the wash or the rinse bucket for the 2-bucket method. This is also €1 this bucket. We have a wheel glove, which we're going to use for the wheels, which was $1.99. A wash mitt, microfiber wash mitt, that's quite linty. That cost $1.75. And some Astonish wash and wax, instead of having to wax the car separately, that was €2.60. Okay, so first we're going to tackle the wheels. We're going to do the rear wheel here because I'm not going to show you all four, that'll be very boring. But you get your wheel cleaner. This is actually an iron active wheel cleaner, which means it should turn purple or red when it reacts with the iron in the brake dust, and it's safe to spray on your car as well. Now once you've sprayed it, or you can already see it turning red, once you spray it, leave it 5 minutes to do its thing. I always spray the tires as well, try and remove some of the extra dirt. In the meantime, it's great to fill up your bucket while you're waiting. I always put a few capfuls of wash and wax in the bucket when I'm using my wheel bucket. Okay, so you can see it's actually already starting to dry in the heat of the day, so I'm not going to give it the full 5 minutes. I'm going to go straight in with my sludge stop wheel brush. And I got my wheel glove on as well. And if it does dry in, just spray some more on. Dip it in the bucket. Go again. This wheel hasn't been cleaned in a long time, so, and this is a rear wheel to give you an idea. It's it might take 1 or 2 going over to get it all. It's a very warm day as well. Always try and do it out of direct sunlight, but we have no choice in the way that we are. Of course, because you've got your wheel glove, then take your wheel glove and you can clean everywhere that you couldn't get with the brush, just with your hand. It's an acid-free formula, so it's not going to be the strongest at removing baked in brake dust, but for the cost it's pretty good. Well, we can always go over it again if we're not satisfied. The glove gets quite dirty. Don't get in your wash and wax. Now I'll probably go over this wheel again, but you get the general idea. And because it was only €2.75, it's very cheap for wheel cleaner, and we actually didn't use that much of it. To get it that much better. Get the hose. Which we're actually using to trigger off the snow foam cannon, and we're going to spray it down. And you can already see how much better that looks. Okay, so the wheels are clean. Now it's time for the snow foam pre-rinse. The idea behind snow foam and pre-rinsing your car is to lift the heavier dirt off before you go in with your contact wash. Now this is our snow foam cannon connected to a garden hose instead of having to buy a pressure washer. So I've never used it before, I have no idea what it's going to be like, but you can see the car is pretty caked in bird droppings, so anything is better than nothing. Obviously never do this in direct sunlight like we're about to do, but for restrictions and filming, we have no choice. The snow foam, it didn't cling very well, and it's about a 20-degree day, so what I did was I immediately then rinsed it off, and it's a lot better, as you can see, but there's still a lot of baked in bird droppings. The idea being we try and get as much of the heavy dirt off as possible before we go in with our contact wash. For €1.50 you're going to get 5 washes out of it with the 1:4 ratio, 1 part snow foam concentrate, 4 parts water. Which is what I've used today. Perhaps if your budget allows, maybe or probably invest in a better product than one I purchased today. But for €1.50, it's done something. Okay, so for our wash, we're going to use a 2-bucket method. We don't have any grit guards because they're expensive. So just don't touch the bottom of the bucket when you dunk in to rinse it, and then when you return to your wash bucket. So 1 bucket is 5 capfuls of the Astonish Wash and Wax, and this is just plain water. So looking at the car, I'm extremely happy with the way it turned out. The star of the show really was the Astonish Wash and Wax for €2.60, 5 capfuls into a 15-litre bucket, and it was really kind of slick feeling as you were washing the car. It's very, very nice to use, and it adds a little bit of a wax protection. I did buff the glass off the camera with just the rinse water, because I don't like the water spots on the glass when the car dries. If you can afford it and you have a drying towel, do of course dry the entire car once you're finished. My conclusion being, try to buy the best products within the budget. We sought out the cheapest versions of each of the products that we could at the time of filming, and my other conclusion is I really need a haircut. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Driveway Dudes, and have a great day too.